Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to I Don't Remember the Episode because it's been 2 weeks. Or 3, really. I mean, it's been a long time.
Vacations.
Vacation's all I ever wanted. Vacation, happy to get. I don't know. I was like, oh no. I'm in over my head.
Oh no.
This parachute's a knapsack.
It's all right. It's all right. It's cool. It's cool.
We took a 2-week break to mirror our children's Christmas break.
Holiday break.
I hope the holidays treated everybody kindly.
Winter
break, yes. Mm-hmm. Mid-school year winter break. Mm-hmm. Non-denominational.
I think it's just called winter break, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But first, who ever wants to have a milk jug put in a bag when they're checking out the grocery store?
I don't think anyone.
Why is it asked?
I don't recall being asked if I want my milk in a bag.
Really?
You want your milk in a bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they asked me that.
Oh, they ask me that all the time.
Maybe.
It's always meat. Like, do you want your meat in a separate bag? God bless you.
Excuse me. Yes, they always ask the meat.
Yep.
And if they should stop asking and just do that.
Put the milk in the bag?
No, the meat.
Yeah.
Nobody wants meat juice all over everything.
Yeah. Do you want meat with your bread?
No thanks. I'd like it separate.
I like when the juices make everything soggy.
So juicy.
Well, I get asked often. Would you like
milk?
Would you like your milk?
Make your milk.
Yeah. Would you like your milk in the bag?
I'm gonna have to pay attention next time.
And I always say no because the jug has a handle.
Yeah.
Seems redundant to put it in a bag. Well, I went to Target recently and they put my milk in a bag. They didn't ask the question. Uh-oh. And you know how I roll.
I'm nervous about where this is going.
I have the arm band of Target bags to get it in as few trips.
So many Target bags.
Aren't you always surprised? Like, you're like, I could just keep doing this forever.
No, not me.
Oh. You don't?
What you do?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, like I can just keep kind of racking them up.
I know, I've seen it.
The only time I stop is sometimes you know, there's efficiency, but then it's like you don't want to squish your bread trying to look tough or get it all in one trip. So sometimes it gets too jumbled and you can't really protect that. Well, I noticed when I was already like that my milk was in a bag. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm about to find out this is why milk's in a bag. Because it was this hand. I had my pointer finger. Normally I would have hooked the jug. But I'm like, oh, actually, yeah, if I hook the bag, then I've got these and I can get another bag. Uh-huh. And so I'm like, all right, worked. I turn around.
How many eggs did you have?
Probably like 9, I'd guess. And I turn around and I just feel the milk jug just fall out of the bag. It hits the driveway and just splits open and just starts glugging milk. And it was like 10 degrees, so it's cold and it's like barely rolling down the drive. And I was just standing there.
Arms full of bags.
And I've been singing What Is This Feeling from Wicked for about 5 days straight. And I just started going, loathing, unadulterated loathing. Just so mad. And I just tipped the milk up with my foot and walked inside. And I put it into a little plastic jug we have. I saved as much as I could.
I figured out where this story was going because I saw the milk in the pitcher in the fridge.
Oh, yes.
What's this milk in a pitcher?
Picture me rolling.
They hating? No, that's not how it goes?
Well, that's also the way some lyrics go.
Oh,
but,
got it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, but now you know. You've been choosing the bagless option correctly. You're validated.
Right, absolutely. That is for certain. So, never again. And So don't do it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm surprised that you don't ask that. I thought that was...
You know...
Do they just ask me?
Trust my recall.
Do I look like a guy who needs to have his milk put in a bag?
What does a guy who needs to have his milk put in a bag look like? Oh, yeah, that's you. That is you.
Fits the description. I have a video to show you.
Okay.
It's less about the content of the video. It's not this one. And it's more about the girl that is in the video, who's making the video. Just get your impression on this.
I love how Jamaican people, especially the ones who cherish and care about you, will never disappoint you. So, for example, if you have a Jamaican boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, you're just a friend, and you want to know their opinion about something, so you ask them, and if they answer to you, it can go on. It's alright, man. It can go on, man. It's alright. Yeah, man. That means it's not okay. Okay? It's no. So if you hear
Can
that
you make it
answer-
stop? I don't
Okay.
really want to watch that anymore.
Okay. So, interesting. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, that is, I think, probably a very common reaction. Would you believe me if I told you that this woman is Russian?
Well, yeah, because I saw the hashtag Russian girl.
Oh, good for you. Okay. So here's the story, though, and I think this is interesting because I've never considered this. But I went and looked at it. She has a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And her YouTube channel is her and her husband, who is a Jamaican native, and they have a son together. I don't know specifically, I couldn't really track down exactly the story of how that came to be, how they met each other, but she moved to Jamaica, and I tracked this on YouTube. Like, it seemed like, well, 3 years ago was like the first video she had kind of documenting some of this stuff, and I went back and looked at it, and she has a Russian American accent, like what you would expect to hear.
Right.
But her husband is Jamaican, so I started just like jumping videos, like just kind of like 3 months at a time, and it's a slow and progressive change, and then she's just mimicking the language and how she's learning it. And so it's authentic, but it's just odd because she's Russian, but that's how she learned English. Do you get what I mean?
She didn't speak English prior to
Right.
this.
She spoke exclusively Russian.
Yeah.
And then she learned English, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, if you learn English, you are going to most likely have the accent of the person that you're learning it, especially if you learn it kind of that way rather than being taught by, a teacher and getting correct grammar and all those things. If you're learning by living
English
and
from her Jamaican husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
Still felt gross.
I know. But so I was like, man, I'm like, what accent would I want to most have? Like if I could pick another language, and it's because it's different than like speaking the language, you know what I mean? You know how there's there's an actual disorder where, and sometimes it's from head trauma, where people will wake up and they will just start speaking in accents that it doesn't make a lick of sense, but it's how they speak all of a sudden. Yeah. And so it'll be like sometimes, like there's one of a woman in the UK who has never traveled outside of the UK, and she speaks like a Chinese American immigrant with like, that, I mean, it would be like using an accent that would get you canceled, kind of. And it just started one day, and she's been talking like that ever since.
That doesn't make any sense. No, I don't really prefer that. Gotta say.
So, but I was like, man, my first one was Australian for some reason, even though I know I could come up with an Australian accent. You know, it's so stupid. Now that I just said it out loud, I could learn to do an Australian accent. People do it, right? Actors.
You already know how to do an Australian.
No, I don't. I can't do one.
Oh, you can't?
No, not with confidence. I don't really have one that.
Oh.
You think I can?
Yeah, I think you can.
Have you ever heard me do one?
Yeah.
Oh.
For sure, New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, because
You're very good at
Flight of the Conchords.
impersonating Murray.
Go fuck yourself, Brit.
I'm so angry, I feel like swearing.
Oh, Murray, you wouldn't swear at us.
Go fuck yourself, prick.
Jermaine with the mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts.
Would you like some mixed nuts?
Have you got any cashews in there?
No, I picked them out.
Typical.
Yeah. No, it'd be weird though. Like if you move someplace and learn their language, but it's jarring because it's no different than somebody moving to Japan and speaking perfectly fluent Japanese, right? Like that if you close your eyes, it's perfect. Like they've grown up there, they learned it their whole life. It wouldn't be jarring because to me it's still Japanese. But because I can understand this, it's like, ugh.
I'm getting a headache. This is stressing me out. I have to be really honest.
Okay, moving on.
Overwhelmed.
Moving on. I apologize.
It's just like too much for my brain to like process through right now.
Okay.
That I feel overwhelmed.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was really not supposed to be overwhelming. It was supposed to be a fun chat. I'm sorry about that. How would you rate your Christmas break? Seven. It was ADD sponsored Christmas in the Severson household. We got up our tree earlier than ever, and I think we talked about that.
Earlier than ever.
Not a decoration was hung.
4 decorations were hung.
Jude hung up 4.
They were ones that were made this year.
Yes.
We had multiple friend gatherings.
Right.
Where ornament making was an activity.
Yep.
And then Clementine made one at school.
Yep.
So if they were made in 2025, they ended up on the tree, while a Rubbermaid bin full of ornaments sat under the tree like a gift.
Perfectly organized.
Right next to the tree topper. I was going to say star, but our tree topper isn't a star. Tree topper
Yep.
sat on the skirt.
Well, and the star for our mini tree was there too. That we couldn't bother to walk the 10 feet in place on. And by the end of the season, both of our trees had lights out, and it was bad.
We had Christmas on New Year's.
Yes.
With my family. And the tree actually worked.
Yeah.
For New Year's, because it was just the white lights.
Yeah.
And we had a white party.
Yes, we did have a white party.
If you take off the 4 ornaments, the tree looks like we did it that way on purpose. Except for there was a giant hole on the lower left-hand side of the tree where all of the lights were out. And my mom comes over and she's like, aren't you gonna turn on the tree? And I said, I will, but you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
But then all I had to do was spin it a little and it looked perfect.
Spinny.
Put the unlit portion in the back
Yeah.
and it looks as good as new.
Yeah, well, we had the good fortune on Christmas Eve when we were trying to get a family picture, and we were trying to get a picture, but we were like, the tree's so shitty, like we should probably just leave it out.
Yeah.
And so then we were just taking pictures, and the kids were kind of being silly and not into it. And so, I don't know, we were just kind of being dumb. But we accidentally took an amazing Christmas picture. And the best part about it is because of like the portrait mode and the dark lighting, it looks like we have this gorgeously white lit Christmas tree, like a very minimalist looking, like,
Yeah.
it is. It's minimalist.
So glad you couldn't see like 2 ornaments randomly hanging.
Yeah, all of our Christmas decorations kind of revolted against us. Our lights weren't working. We lost a nutcracker. Clementine disassembled a...
That nutcracker has been falling apart
Yes.
for years.
Yes.
A couple years ago, it lost an arm.
Yep.
And then I put the arm away in the box.
I love when you do things like that.
I'm going to super glue it next year. For 3 straight years, I kept putting the broken arm back in the bin. Finally, this year, then the beard came off one year.
Yes.
That ripped the beard off. A button, I don't know. It was really falling apart.
Right.
So finally, I threw the whole thing away this year. I didn't pack up a beard, a button, and an arm.
Right.
Like I was going
Right.
to super glue it back together someday.
Right. Yeah, because this Christmas break was also all about a turnover in our house.
We did some work.
It started with the basement.
Well, did we already talk about this? We had a party, Friendsgiving party. We had a Friendsgiving party. I can't remember if I talked about this already, but
Yeah, we definitely, I don't think we talked about the aftermath.
the moms
Maybe-
were
maybe we
upstairs.
did, yep.
You were out of town.
Yep.
The moms were upstairs having some wine or something, and the kids were downstairs, and it's 6 kids, and they were playing and being quiet, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not rowdy, no one was screaming, they were leaving us alone, and so we were like, this is great.
And you're 3 new moms who don't know that that's a bad sign.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like silent.
Oh.
It was like nobody was screaming, nobody was crying.
Yeah, there was no blood.
The gentle sound of playful children could be heard. It wasn't
That's
like,
also a lie. That's not what it sounds like.
well, then they wanted popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a couple weeks after you and I
Great popcorn purchase.
separately in the same
Yes.
week. You bought a 48-pack from Costco.
Yes.
And I bought a 24-pack. The kids wanted more popcorn, and I was telling the ladies, and we were laughing so hard because I was trying to do math. I'm like, 48, we've had 2, so 46 plus 24, so we have like 68 bags of popcorn. I think we're going to be fine. So we were laughing about the popcorn, but they kept coming up and asking for more. So we probably made like 6 bags,
Yeah.
never going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Until finally, at the end of the night, I went down there and they weren't eating the popcorn. It was just 6, 7 bags of popcorn dumped all over our basement.
Yep.
And then it stayed that way until Christmas.
Post-Christmas. Post-Christmas. It was pre-New Year's. It was, I believe, December 28th.
I was just like, I'm just not going down there.
Well, you told me not to touch it because I had cleaned before I went out of town and I left the house all clean. And you said, don't touch it. You did so much work. So I didn't touch it. And it was a marvel to see how long it went.
But then the day that it was time to clean up the popcorn,
Yeah.
it started a chain reaction
Sure did.
across the entire house.
Yeah.
That's why I can't just pick up popcorn off the floor, because it leads to a lot of projects. Well, if I'm going to pick up all this popcorn, I might as well pick up all these toys.
Right.
Well, if I'm going to pick up all these toys, I might as well sort them into bins. If I'm going to sort them into bins, I might as well put them away in the closet. Oh, that closet's completely full of boxes from when we moved in 5 years ago. I better take all those out so I can get these toys in.
That closet was untouched from the day we moved in, August 3rd, 2018. It had not, I mean, other than we moved in like a card table in and out of there and
Yeah.
some other stuff just
There's
in.
like a mop in
Yeah,
there that
yeah.
you didn't know we had.
Right. Yeah. So you started on that, and then, that just kind of carried over, and we were just like, okay, the house was destroyed, and I was just like, hey, should I destroy the kitchen? And you're like, I think so. And I'm like, all right, cool. And so then I just tore out all the things from all of our cupboards and drawers in the kitchen and spent the next 72 hours organizing and doing that. So we were working in tandem and filled so many garbage bags at the absolute worst time of year, especially if you're going to be hosting a party where presents are going to be present.
Lots of wrapping paper, boxes, in addition to 6 bags of kitchen garbage.
And then like, all the broken toys and stuff that we kept because, well, maybe they'll play with this again, or, all that kind of. And so we had those kind of bags and all sorts of stuff. But
then I even started tackling closets. I did the laundry room closet. I did the front room closet.
Yeah. I mean, we are, and
We're
so
pretty organized.
So not only did we do all that, we did it before we had a party that included, 22 people? Mm-hmm. And half of those people are under the age of 12-ish. Not half, but quite a few of them are pretty young.
6.
And we were back to exactly how it was before by Friday morning.
You mean like the way most people live? Picked up their mess from a party that
I don't compare myself to how other people live. I'm talking about us.
You guys, you're not gonna believe it. We had a party, and then the next day we picked everything up.
It's a big deal for us. I am celebrating that win. There are people who know what we're talking about, but I was up and at it on New Year's Day and got in the kitchen and just started cleaning like crazy. You were upstairs. What were you taking care of on New Year's Day upstairs again?
I came down with a little virus.
Coronavirus.
It was just a quick little
stomach bug.
24-hour bug that just happened to hit me that night.
It's so crazy that happened on New Year's Eve. What a bummer.
It was very strange timing. I have to admit. It's a little suspect. But, you just can't time these things.
I know you're not going to believe me. But no, it's and the best part about the kitchen is it's reorganized.
So lovely.
For
optimal usage.
Maximum efficiency. You can move around that kitchen. Man, cook and clean at the same time. I've never cooked so cleanly in all of my days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing we're really going to struggle with tackling now is the children and their socks and their pants.
Oh, my God.
Because they both walk in the door and at least their socks are coming off and often their pants. And there's socks and pants all over.
Clementine usually now keeps her pants on. Jude is like the dad from the Goldbergs. Or me for a short period of time. Like when Jude was a baby, I would do that. That was because my office did this stupid fucking thing. It was like, everybody does casual Fridays. So we're going to do dress up Wednesdays where you dress in your nicest office attire.
I think that's kind of.
Oh, shut up about it already.
I would get on.
I know you would. I know you would. It was awful. Like one time it's fun, but it was every Friday. And it was awful. It was absolutely, because, nobody did it except me. You know what I mean? And then.
Yeah, that's no fun if nobody participates.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
So, I digress. I don't even know. I saw white for a second. What were we talking about?
Taking off your pants.
If you say so. Jude is definitely, he comes in, he's just like, he is in nothing but his underwear so fast.
Most of the time. Until the doorbell rings.
Yeah.
And then Clementine has to yell
I'm telling you.
that his friends are here. And then he has to run up 4 flights of stairs to get dressed before he opens the door.
Just laughing the whole way. Don't let him in, don't let him in. Stupid guy. I should say, because I do feel like we're having mic issues. I'm not holding the microphone like this. I feel like I was holding it oddly.
Not a single human being in the history of the planet would ever question the way you were holding your mic.
It started to feel very strange.
Should I just put this down? Would that make you feel better?
No, because it was picking up a little bit, so it's not hurting anything. I don't.
Loathing.
We were talking about cooking, kitchen. We made good food over break. You made
good food.
You made good food.
I did?
Yeah.
What did I make?
French onion soup.
Oh, yeah, I did make good French onion soup.
Awesome wedge salad with homemade blue cheese dressing.
That.
Bacon crumbles.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You made the best beef Wellington of your life.
It was the first time. Well, it was the first time I've ever done individual beef Wellingtons. I've always done like
where it's at.
a large slab of fillet, but this time I just bought 4 like individual ones and did them individually.
So good.
The only problem was I blew through all of my eggs because I kept breaking my hollandaise. So I didn't have eggs to egg wash the top of my puff pastry.
When
so
you were making eggs Benedict.
Oh yeah, eggs Benedict. What did I say?
Well, yeah, you just didn't say what you were making.
Eggs
hollandaise
Benedict.
for.
Oh yeah.
The hollandaise wasn't for the Wellington.
Yeah, no.
You blew through all of your eggs when you were making brunch.
Yes.
And then when it was time to make your Wellingtons, your eggs were gone.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you yoking me?"
Oh, oh no. Nice.
And
Your food really was excellent.
oh, you crack me up. I think the best thing that happened food-wise over Christmas break was that we remembered on a day where we didn't really feel like cooking or doing anything or going to the store that we had chili left over from a tailgate.
Oh, yeah.
And I had bought on impulse at Target like a spicy bean Taco Bell jar of something.
Just
and I bought it. I mean, like,
garbage dip.
it had nothing to do with anything that I was thinking of making. I just saw the label. I'm like, probably good.
Probably want
And
something.
so I threw it in the cart, and then the guy that was checking me out, 19-year-old dude, he was just like, man, every time I'm checking people out, I always swipe something, and I'm like, I did not know we have that, but I bet this is pretty good. And I'm like, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I didn't know they had it either. And he was just so like, such a good Target employee. He's like, wow, like this place is great, isn't it? You know, it's so genuine. Like there was no sale. He was just like, it was like he was just experiencing Target as an adult. He was just like, fuck, you can get anything. It was awesome. I loved that interaction so much. He was so nice. But so anyways, got that. And I don't even, like, I can remember where we were standing when lightning struck. We were over by the fridge, but somehow the two of us it was like we were playing that game where, you know, when you say a word and then you try to get to the same word as quickly as possible.
Oh my gosh, I love that game.
It's like we were doing that with the ingredients in our fridge, but we weren't speaking. We were like, chili. And I'm like, got that bean dip. Cheese. I was like, do we have tortillas? I was like, are we making chili cheese burritos? And then we made chili cheese burritos. It was exactly like I remember a chili cheese burrito.
It was 2 a.m. on a Friday night
Friday
in 2005.
Yeah.
The best part, though, you enjoying your chili cheese burrito was a highlight for sure. There was a lot of groaning going on.
Yes.
But Clementine River, who eats nothing, said it was her new favorite food.
Yeah.
But we can't say chili.
Yeah.
Because she won't eat chili.
She won't eat chili.
But so she was like, what is this? And I was like, a burrito. Yeah, but what's inside it? Cheese. Well, but what else? I don't know. Daddy, what'd you put in this?
You always do
Can't
that.
remember.
You're so bad. Your lies just run out of steam so fast.
But she does eat beans.
Yeah.
And so we just, eventually she found a bean. And she was like, oh, it's a bean and cheese burrito.
Yeah.
So she thinks she loves bean and cheese burritos.
Yeah.
She literally wanted to eat it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very exciting around here when she finds a new food to eat.
Yeah.
We're just all like, thank God.
Yeah.
We do have a long history with chili cheese burritos. We have racked up some bills at Taco Bell's in chili cheese burritos.
I think we went a decade without eating Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah, we've gone a long time. But like from 2008 to 2014, we had a lot of time. That was like our go-to cheat place. And chili cheese
Bel Grande.
You would get nachos Bel Grande. I would get Baja chicken chalupas. And then the question was, how many chili cheese burritos did we want to keep? Because the best part about chili cheese burritos is you don't have to eat them.
Yeah.
You just throw them in the fridge, and it's not even real food anyways, so they last forever.
Yeah.
And then you throw them in the microwave for like 45 seconds, and they're perfect every time.
Delicious.
Every time. So yeah, we've got the perfect little recipe. Feel free to try it out for yourself. You can just do it with a can of chili and some of those beans and some cheese, and just wreck your whole digestive system.
It helped that it was your delicious homemade chili.
Yes, it was good.
I don't think it would work with Hormel.
I mean, I'd probably work with Hormel.
My favorite part about the chili cheese burritos, though, was that, so we had you, and I wasn't involved in this planning, but you and my brother's fiance and maybe my niece hatched this idea to have a white party for New Year's Eve. And so everyone had to come in white.
Yeah.
And then this was the highlight of my break, is that we invited everyone over, told them to wear white, and then gave them chili cheese burritos. I was laughing so hard.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Oh my God. I thought we were the smartest people.
So funny.
This is hilarious.
It was.
Nobody
it was very fun.
spilled.
No.
Highly disappointing. Highly.
It was shocking that, you know what the problem is that you filled them for yourself. They were perfectly filled.
You would have overfilled them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I would have overfilled them for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always do. So I should have been.
Taco Bell doesn't overfill.
No, they're amazing at it. So it must be the first day of training. It's like chili cheese burritos. I don't want to see a drop. It's like they're glued shut.
Yeah.
You never see a drop until you take a bite.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was actual glue in them. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Is that Elmer's? We had one final story. Pre-Christmas, we were still in the Christmas shopping mode, and we were looking for some like board games to bring to my family's Christmas in Brainerd, and we had found this dice game Tenzi. There's like a Western shop in Rogers, Minnesota that also has like a thrift shop that's sandwiched in between a safe shop. It's a very strange little situation.
Yeah.
But they have like kind of those, I don't know, what do you call those? Like indie games. Like they're
Tiki?
Yeah, like they're not the games that
They're not usually at Target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always in like a coffee shop or a place like that. Like
like you have to like buy them from like you have to go to like a expo or something as a shop owner.
Right.
And like buy them directly from the source or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and they just don't get played because they're too cheap and they're too much fun.
Tenzi's so much fun.
It's so much fun.
Why can't you buy Tenzi at Target?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, technically you can. You just buy dice. I mean,
they're not perfectly colored.
Well, you could buy
stored in a nice container.
It's true.
If it's not in a nice container, it's not Tenzi.
It's true. Anyways, we went there to find something like that, and so we were walking around and shopping, and then they have like, it's clothes from
They have clothes.
Local
they have
people and
like homemade soaps and like
decor
candles and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Some antiques too.
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
Some consignment.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting little place.
It is for sure. And so, but as we were going through, I saw this shirt and it was like U of M colors, but it just said soda with a picture of the state of Minnesota, and I'm like, I really want that shirt. And so I whispered to the kids, I'm like, get over here. I'm like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. See this shirt? You're gonna go tell mommy I want this shirt for Christmas, or that I really like this shirt that I'm talking about, and you think that you should buy it for me for Christmas. And I'm gonna just pretend like I can't, and like I don't know what's going on. Ready? Break. And they did it. They ran the play.
They didn't say that you liked it.
Oh.
They came up to me and they said, we want to buy this for Daddy for Christmas.
Oh.
Because if they said Daddy really likes this shirt, I would have known what you were up to.
Oh.
They came up and they said, we want to buy Daddy this shirt for Christmas. And I thought it was the most adorable thing that had ever happened. I was like, oh my God, you guys are so sweet. Of course we will get this shirt for your father. Of course we will.
So, like 5 minutes go by and I was like wandering around the store pretending like I didn't know what was going on. And then Jude came walking around and I'm like, how do you do? He's like, good, you're getting it. I was like, awesome. And so then another 5 minutes go by and Jude comes walking over to me directly from you, holding a sweatshirt and just is going, she's doing the same thing you did.
I had no idea that you had done it. I didn't know.
I know. And so then I came over to you and I go, I know what game you're playing. And you did your, huh? What? What do you mean? And then you showed me you had the shirt in your jacket.
No, because you said, I know what you're doing. You want, because I did the same thing.
Right.
And you like burst my bubble.
Yes.
You were like, I know what game you're playing because I played it first. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I opened up my jacket to show you the shirt inside my jacket.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you serious? And you're like, I ran the game first.
And then I get in line to check out, and you're like, I'm just going to take Clementine to the car. And then I was standing in line, and I was like, did Jenny just steal that shirt? At Christmas? And then we got in the car, and I'm like, did you steal the shirt? You're like, no.
Of course not. Why would you think I would do such a thing? Of course I didn't steal the shirt.
Oh, man. It was just because you were holding it, like, under your jacket.
Yeah,
I didn't
stuffed it in my jacket.
I didn't mean steal it. I meant walk out with it.
Also known as stealing?
Well.
Yeah.
Jean Valjean, you know.
Well, then we got in the car. You said, "Did you steal the jacket?" And I said, "No, of course I didn't," or the shirt. And then you got all mad at me because I didn't buy your shirt,
Yeah.
but you bought my shirt. And
Yeah.
then you tried to not give it to me in protest. So this shirt that I picked out for myself for Christmas that you bought, you refused to wrap and put under the tree out of protest.
Yeah.
But what do you suppose you found under the tree on Christmas?
This is what happens when you believe in Santa. You know what I'm saying? That's
Because when I showed you the shirt inside my coat, I had already paid for it. That's how good I am. You didn't even know that I had already gone up to the counter and bought the shirt.
I know. That's
and it
true.
was paid for inside of my coat.
I know. You're amazing. I tell you all the time you're amazing. I just it was an error. I apologize that I threw your sweatshirt in the bag that I purchased it in under the tree in protest. in retrospect, my actions
Unacceptable.
were unacceptable. Yeah,
Unacceptable.
yeah. Thank you for finishing my apology for me. That's nice.
You're welcome.
It's always nice when people do that.
Yeah.
But overall, when Christmas falls in the middle of the week, it messes with things. I don't
That's why I
know.
rated it a 7.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do you take off? You can't take off 2 full weeks. I mean, some people can.
Right.
And also, I had just started a new job, so I didn't want to be like that person.
Right.
But so, unless you're going to take off the full 2 weeks,
Yeah.
it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Right.
So that's why I rated it a 7, because the Wednesday holiday has messed up my time off, and I worked random days. I didn't take off. I worked, like, partial weeks each week, and it
Yeah.
just didn't feel as, like, vacation-y.
I give it an 8 because of the organization and because Jude said it was the best Christmas ever. So I feel like if you get one of those, that counts for something. We didn't get the twofer, but you can't always get everybody exactly right. We did our best.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
very fun.
It was the one nice thing about the middle of the week was it made it a lot easier to just stay home and just do our own thing and not have to run around. Because sometimes when it's on the weekend, that's the only option. And it was nice to just have a day where we didn't really do anything.
Loved that.
Yeah.
That was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
You know what I kind of want to do, though? Play that game that you mentioned. When you try to say the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, I want to try it.
Okay. We'll play a round of it to end the episode.
Okay.
Sound like a deal? So I will. Or do you want to count down, or do you want me to count down?
I don't care.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Flour. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ramen. Okay. Okay, I got it. 3, 2, 1. Gravy. Oh. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Dairy
Potato.
Queen. Spicy gravy.
Spicy gravy.
The gravy is always like
That's spicy.
it's always peppery. You said potato?
Yeah.
You said potato? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Ready? Dairy Queen. I said Dairy Queen. You said potato. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Cake.
French fries. What in the world?
Potato cakes? Aren't they a thing?
French fries are a bigger
Dairy Queen
thing.
cakes? Ah. Okay. What did you say?
French fries.
Okay.
And you said cakes?
Yes. You got this. Search your soul. Search your soul.
Oh my God, I hate when you do this
You
so
have
much.
this.
This is the worst. I hate so much this part. Okay. Cakes and French fries. Cakes and French fries.
You got this.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bakery.
Velvet. Okay. We're there. Mm-hmm. You got this.
3, 2, 1. Chocolate.
This is embarrassing. I really thought we were going to do better than this. Red. Chocolate. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Dove.
Vanilla.
Dove chocolate's got a red wrapper.
Yep, I was still in the bakery.
What did you say?
What?
What'd you just say?
Vanilla.
Vanilla Dove. Where? I got nothing.
Oh.
You got something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanilla Dove. Think
3,
about it. 3, 2, 1. Ice cream. Tune in next week to see if we ever come up with the same word. Should we go check on the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
See you next week, everybody.